All right, friends and fans, I am here this afternoon and I'm working on a 2001 the Ford Ranger Edge. This is one of the other projects I got going on in addition to the RV that I got another video posted for. So this should not have been, was not supposed to be, by no stretch of the imagination, a long-term job. Customer hit me up, wanted me to replace upper and lower control arms and shocks on this vehicle. It has some little bit of sway and shimmy when you hit bumps and stuff, and I said, yeah, I can do that, not a problem. The customer ordered a parts kit from Rock Auto, complete upper, lower, with ball joints, good to go. Pull the vehicle in, started on the driver's side, pulled the old stuff off, following the procedures, and go to put the new ones on. And I noticed from the beginning that I have two different style upper control arms. One for the left, one for the right. And so I do a little bit of research, and it appears that I just got a part number had been misplaced in the box. So this is the first control arms we got. Looks somewhat similar until you flip it over and you can see angles aren't the same, not the same casting, so on and so forth. So I got a hold of the customer, said, hey, Mr. Customer, no big deal. I'm going to order another one, and we'll get you down the road. I get the other one in, and again, I'm going off of the video, the picture, the description on the website, and the picture shows the other style that I need, but lo and behold, open the box, and it's the exact same style as the one we already have. So I double-checked the parts numbers again. I have the correct part number. It's an AC Delco part. It's okay, not a problem. Rock Auto doesn't have any other part numbers or any other styles. So I go on and I find one on eBay that a man is selling brand new in the box. And I hit him up and I said, hey, I see a picture on your offering. I need to know for sure that it is the exact style of what's on your picture for your advertisement. So he sends me pictures of the control arm. Yep, it's the right one. It's a solid beam construction underneath and on top. Good to go. I order it. I get it here. I put it on, and this is where I am now. And I'm looking at this, and some of you who've done a few of these, maybe you're already seeing what I saw once I got it all kind of put together. It doesn't quite line up right. If you look back in here, this knuckle is pushed back in further. This one's out a ways. The hub is somewhat in a line, but it didn't look right. So, long story short, kiddies, I have an upper left control arm is what I have right here. So there's this number here that is printed on the top of this. So I start chasing that number because it is a completely different number than the AC Delco numbers and the Ford numbers that we'd been chasing. So I find this number in the Napa Auto Parts online catalog, and it identifies it as a upper left control arm. And so I get a hold of them, and I asked for the part number for the upper right control arm, which they had. They gave me the part number. I ordered it, and now I have the correct upper right control arm with a different part number. If you see this part number right here, you got an AXB 2605123. The part number that was on the packaging on the one that came from eBay is a 260-5122. 5122, upper left, 5123, upper right. So I call the customer back, talk to him. He has been very gracious and understanding and actually laughed at my luck. And here we are. So the moral of the story, kiddies, is just because it says it's the right part, just because it's, you know, sold by a reputable distributor or parts supplier, does not mean that you're going to get the right part. And there's this thing where it just didn't look right. I got it put together. I don't do a bunch of suspension work, and I haven't done a ton of Ford Rangers, and I have not done, you know, a whole bunch of control arms. It just, when I put this together and was getting ready to button it up, it didn't look right. So I pulled up the service information. There was nothing I found in the service information that gave me any idea of, you know, how to distinguish between upper left, upper right. I looked at the one on the driver's side, and I noticed, and if you can catch this here, if you look, this arm is shorter than this arm or section of arm where the ball joint sits. So here, the shorter section is facing forward. You go over on the driver's side, and this is 180 degrees different, and this is facing forward. So that kind of made me start looking at that going, wait a minute, they should be both. If this was the correct arm, when I got over to the driver's side, I should have a short side facing forward, facing towards the front of the vehicle, and a long side facing towards the rear, and I didn't have. And then, like I said, I just didn't quite like the way the angles and how everything was lining up and how this was sitting, and it didn't look right. So that's the moral of the story is, you know, check your parts. I double checked when it was funny when I opened the package, because the kit that the customer ordered came in a great big box. And so when I got the vehicle and the parts, I opened up the big box, I took out all the little boxes, and I matched part numbers on the boxes with what was on the invoice. Everything was sealed in, you know, factory AC Delco boxes, so I had no reason to think that they would have an off part number or a mismatched part number or anything like that. Anyways, that's what happened. And yeah, like I said, moral of the story is just because it says it's right doesn't necessarily mean it is right. And this is where sometimes, having done mechanics for a long time, I have done suspension on different styles of vehicles, heavier suspension on military vehicles and stuff like that, because that's what I do in my other life. So I have done some of this, and that helped me look at this and just think it wasn't right, and then caused me to dig into it. Cautionary tale here, because if I hadn't known any better, if I hadn't done any other type of suspension work, if I'd have just been a DIY guy who, you know, wasn't doing this and was just doing this at home, maybe wouldn't have caught this. And this will cause some issues down the road with how the thing handles and how tires wear and things like that. I am taking this to get it professionally aligned once I'm done with it at a shop here that does alignments. And maybe that guy would have caught it. Maybe he would have been like, hey, dummy, you got the wrong control arm on here. I hope so. Then again, maybe not. Maybe he would have aligned everything up and it would have been fine. So anyways, not sure what I'm going to call this video other than, you know, my odyssey of bad parts. But I just thought it was something worth sharing. Let me know what you think. If you know me, you know my phone number, you know my email address. Get a hold of me and tell me what you think. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.